We're going to take a look at how to manage multiple accounts in Chrome. So you need to start by signing into Chrome. Now most of the time we just sign into Google and sign into our Google Apps. But in order to have the full power of Chrome and use extensions and apps and so forth that aren't in our default settings, we would need to sign into Chrome itself. So you can search and find a Chrome sign-in page, or you can do that from the Apps Launcher in Settings. You can go here and click Sign into Chrome, but I really want you to see how to sign into Chrome using the user icon. So as you can see here, there's a little tiny icon up in this corner, and that icon has just a picture of a person right now, and no one is signed into it. So if I click on it, you can see it just says you, which means no one is signed in, and it offers me sign into Chrome. So I'm going to sign in right here on this little drop-down window. And be sure you use your SUSDG Apps account. And you're going to notice when I sign into Chrome, and this little window, you can just click away from it to make it go away, and it saw my picture there, so you can tell that I'm signed in. It is going to start customizing my settings. Now you can see my bookmarks are loading in. Pretty soon my background is going to change. My extensions are starting to load over here. Now, I've been using this for a long time, so I have a lot of extensions and apps which will cause little pop-ups up here on the top of my screen, and it's going to take a little while to load because I'm on a new computer. When you're on your own computer, you only have to do this once. When you're on your teacher computer or on a personal computer, basically you just set it up and then it's there and it's good to go. You don't ever have to sign out of it because on your teacher computer you're protected by your Active Directory login. On a personal computer, it's your computer, so it's your private use space. So on here you can see I've got background loading, I've got all kinds of other extensions that are going to come in here. So this is not done loading at the moment. Let's give it a second to load. So it looks like I am all loaded up here. All of my extensions are loaded in up along the same line as the URL, or Omnibox as it's called in Chrome. My bookmarks are loaded, my background theme is loaded, and I have all my settings. And you can see that my name appears up here in the top right corner. So where there used to be just a little person, now we see my name. This gives us the option now to use multiple accounts and not have them cross over. So the way most people will switch accounts is to click here and add an account and switch accounts. But that causes crossover between your accounts to have them in the same window, and that's not the best way to go about it. So what you want to do is go into your settings page by clicking on the little hot dog menu and going to settings. It tells me I'm signed in and which account I'm signed into. This will be my primary account for this computer. And then down here, as I scroll down to people, we can see mine, and if I want to do anything, edit that, I can edit it. I can change the name, I can change the icon. Right now it's selected to my picture. But I can also add additional accounts. So if I want to add an additional account, I would click Add Person. And you always want to name your accounts. So for this one, I'll use my demo account. And I do want to create a shortcut on the desktop for this user because it is one that I open fairly often. And this way I don't even have to go into switch accounts. I can open it straight from my desktop if I want to, and it will open in a separate window from my other account. So let's choose we'll choose the little alien guy and click Add. Notice this opens a whole new window in Chrome. You can see my other window back there behind it. And now I log into my other account. Okay, so now I'm logged into a second account on a second window, and you'll be able, I know you can't see my taskbar right now, but you'll be able to see in the taskbar that you have two separate Chrome accounts that are open. And from this, and it doesn't look like it took my little image that I created, so I'm going to go into settings on this account and select the current. You can only edit on the current user. Click edit and tell it again that I want this guy. And that should work. Okay. So now I can, if I open a new tab, I can see that my demo account is here. It has the J for the fake name that is on this account, and it's just a regular background. Whereas when I'm on mine, my work account, it has the theme that I've chosen for that account. I can add additional people, but what's important about this, I'm going to pop the demo account back up here and close it, is that I can switch users now by using this user ID button. So if I click on that, it offers to switch person, and I can click on this. It will open a little window that asks me which account I want to switch to, and you can have as many accounts as you need on here. And I'll click my demo account and it opens it back up in a new tab. Now I'll look at some of the other settings here while we're on the Chrome setting page, and again we got there by using the hot dog button up here in the corner. You can decide what you want to appear when you open Chrome. So I have it set to continue where I left off. So if I have tabs that I leave open and my computer shuts down or my battery runs out or anything else, or I close Chrome accidentally, I want it to open right back to where I left off. But you can also leave it to open in a new tab where it just opens in a blank new tab page, or you can set specific pages. So a lot of people like to do this, and for instance, if you want to have, single sign-on and your Google Drive maybe and Classroom as the pages that always come open, you can pull those open in tabs and you can set them. So let's try that. Let's do it from the demo account. So we'll switch to the demo account, and I'm going to tell it which pages I want to have open. So I'll just open those up. signon.susd.org. And then in another tab, I want drive.google.com. And maybe I want to be able to go directly to Synergy, so synergy.susd.org. Okay, and then go ahead and fix the pop-up blocker on that, so I am on a new computer. Okay, so now that I've decided which accounts are, which tabs I want to open and what I want them to be on, I will go to my settings. And notice that opens in a new tab, so those three stay open. And I wanted to tell it that from now on I want it to open to a specific page or set of pages, and I'm going to set those pages. So when I click down here, use current pages, it will show me what I currently have open. I can even add a new address with a URL if I don't have it open at the moment. And then when I click OK, it will remember those settings. So now I'll close this window again, and I'll switch back to it. And when I switch person this time, it will open to those three pages. And every time I open my browser, it will open to those three pages. So that's great for on your teacher computer or anywhere else if you want to have the district website or your school website as one of your options. You can set those to open for whatever you want. And it can be one tab or multiple tabs, whatever fits your needs. Okay, along with that, I want you to notice the advanced sync settings. So when you're on a new computer, like I'm setting up a new computer right now with Chrome, you can choose which of your settings transfer over. So I have it marked for everything to sync, but you do have the option to go into these settings and change it so that everything does not sync. And one of the other amazing things you can do when you're down here in People, on the computer you're on, whatever browser you've used on this computer, you can import bookmarks and settings from another browser. So on this computer it only gives me Microsoft Internet Explorer as an option, but I can import the bookmarks that I have saved from there. This is a computer I've never used before, so I don't have anything on it, but if it were you know, my own computer, then I would definitely want to do that so I have all of my bookmarks in one place. All right, so those are some of the settings. You've got a lot of tutorials about extensions and apps, so you can manage your extensions right here. You can enable and disable them, turn them on and off, decide which ones you want to have active at any given time. Notice that some of mine are grayed out because they are not active in the program I'm in right now. But for instance, Poll Everywhere for slides, if I open a slide presentation, then it'll pop up colored so that it tells me that it's active and ready to go. Another thing that I think you would really like to be aware of here is that, let me get out of that, go to a new tab. Okay, so we are all used to using the Apps Launcher to get to our Google Apps. And this black and white one is your Google Apps Launcher. So that will launch all the default apps that you have in your SUSDG Apps account. Okay, but you have a second Apps Launcher that is on your bookmarks bar right here. And if your bookmarks bar is not showing, you can go to Settings, hover over Bookmarks, and tell it to show Bookmarks bar. At the corner of your bookmarks bar, you have a colorful apps launcher. That is your Chrome apps launcher. So when you add apps to Chrome, they will appear here, and I have 3 pages of them. Not all of them are necessary. I should probably clean those up a little bit, which you can do by right-clicking and you know, deleting them from your account. But some of these I use quite frequently, so they're very helpful. So you can also have an apps launcher that downloads onto your taskbar, and you can see that down on the taskbar, and you don't even have to click on this one over here. But just be aware, Chrome apps are on the colorful apps launcher. Google Apps for your just typical Google Apps account are on the black and white launcher within the content window. Okay, and one last thing I'll show you before we stop here. If you go into Bookmarks and you go to the Bookmark Manager, this will actually allow you to drag your bookmarks into folders. You can create folders over here, and this will allow you to really utilize your space well, so that when you go to one of your bookmarks and you hover over it, you can see exactly what's in it. You can do a lot with bookmarks, so if you need more information on that, let me know. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.